for you. You're being redirected down another path. See that perspective and water that seed. Now, we're going to take our last couple of steps here on our power walk. I want you to find those dumbbells or water bottles or soup cans or whatever you got in your pantry that's going to work as your weights. Grab those and then turn your palms forward. That's called supinating at the forearm. Tighten your abdominals, clench your glutes. Your feet should be just wider than your hips, and you're rooting down into those feet so that you got a firm foundation to do biceps curls. Here we go. Breath is going to be exhale up, inhale lower. Lift, lift, lower, lower. We're only lifting to 90 degrees, then all the way down to the thighs. Just coming that bottom half all the way down. Curls for the girls, thighs for the guys. Again, up to halfway, lower all the way down to full extension at the elbow. The hardest part of the biceps curl is the bottom part. So you want to go all the way to straight elbows at the bottom. One more like this. All the way to the top, then halfway down. All the way to the top, then just drop to halfway to 90 degrees. All the way towards the shoulders, then down to 90 degrees, where your forearms are parallel to the grounded ceiling. Again, all the way up and halfway down. Repeat it 4 more. When I say all the way towards the shoulders, don't actually touch your shoulders. We don't want to get where you're just stacking on your bones. You want to keep tension in the biceps, which means you're coming about 85% of the way to the top. All the way down to the thighs. Now full range of motion. Up, up, down, down. We're coming all the way towards the shoulders, then all the way down to straight elbows. Good. Feel the blood go into the biceps muscles. That's what I call the goodness. Again, 4 more. Up and lower. Do it again. Full range of motion. You're keeping your abdominals super tight, your glutes clenched so that you have a strong foundation and you're not leaning into your low back as we do these biceps curls. Now tip forward at your hips, triceps, kickbacks. Extend your elbows, bend your elbows. Extend, bend. You're in a deadlift posture and you're reaching your pinky fingers back, then thumbs towards the shoulders. Your back is not vertical, but it is flat. 2 more. Now reach the arms overhead, bend the elbows, extend the elbows. It's a triceps French press, like a French press coffee. Yummers. Bend and extend. You're stable at the shoulders, only bending at the elbows. We got 4 more of these. You can watch on YouTube at Brooke Benton channel, and you will see this in video format. Good. 2 more triceps French press. Fantastic. 1 more like this. Let's go back to your biceps curls. Halfway up, all the way down. Do it again. Halfway up, all the way down. Beautiful. Halfway up. Extend the elbows down. We're doing those bottom range biceps curls. Your biceps are very vascular. That's why after a couple of reps, you're feeling the blood go into those bis, almost to where you could measure a difference in the biceps. Only after a few biceps curls. 1 more like this. That's why bodybuilders like to do these to pump up. All the way up, halfway down. All the way up towards the shoulders, then halfway down to a right angle. Bringing about 85% of the way to the top, and then to your 90 degrees. Up, up, down, down. Again, up, up. Let's go 4 more of these. Up towards the shoulders, down to 90 degrees. 3 to 90. 2 more like this. Keeping your elbows digging into your rib cage like you've got them Velcroed to you. Full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down. Your breath is an exhale as you curl up, inhale as you lower. Good. Do it again. Exhale, rise them up. Inhale, bring them down. Again. Up, up, down, down. 4 more. And lower. 3. Try to keep a loose grip on the shaft of the dumbbells. You want to keep circulation to your fingertips. 1 more like this, and we're tipping at the hips. Now triceps kickbacks. Your elbows are slightly higher than your torso. Kick those dumbbells back. 6, in, 5. You may need to go to lighter dumbbells for these kickbacks. You've got 3 heads to your triceps. They give your arms mega definition. Reach the arms overhead. Now French press. Lower, lower, lift, lift. Stable at the shoulders, only bending the elbows. Again, this is a challenging exercise. You may need to lose 1 dumbbell or 1 soup can, 1 water bottle, and do just 1 weight. 4 more. Up. Again. 3. And if these bother your shoulders, if overhead work is contraindicated for you, just stick with your triceps kickbacks instead. Let's start our 3rd set, biceps curls. Halfway up, all the way down. Do it again. Halfway up to 90 degrees, then all the way down. Fully extend your elbows. That's the hardest part of the biceps curl, is going from a straight elbow to that bottom quarter. 4 more. All the way down. 3. 2 more. Halfway range, bottom half. Just staying downtown. 1 more. All the way to the 85% of the way up. Then to a right angle. Do it again. 7. Top half of your biceps curls. 6. Your spine is not moving. You're tight through your abdominals and clenched through your glutes, so you're able to maintain a steady posture. 3 more. You may want to turn to the side if you're using a mirror and make sure you're not leaning into the lower back. Sometimes we do that without even realizing it. Keep that core tight and engaged. Make it right, make it tight. Full range of motion. 8. Lower all the way down. Now 7. We got 6 more biceps curls. You know why we're doing these 3 sets? Here's why. Because in my head, I always think, good things come in 3s. You may be saying, Brooke, bad things come in 3s too. You know what? That's that negative energy. Let's lose the negative thought pattern. Good things come in 3s. We got 1 more biceps curl. And triceps kick back. 8 reps. Kick them back. Bring them in. 7. 6. Really feel the goodness in those triceps at the furthest point of the extension on the triceps kickback. 2 more. The elbows are right past the ribcage. Now bring them overhead. Triceps French press, also known as the triceps overhead extension. 6 more. Incorporate your breath here. Inhale as you bring the heads of the dumbbells back towards the back of the neck. Exhale as you bring them up towards the ceiling. 3 more. You're doing great. 2 more of these, and we'll be donezo with the triceps. Tip at your hips, bent over row. Elbows in, and they slide right past the ribcage like slots in a toaster. You're in a deadlift posture, just like you were for triceps kickbacks. Pulling your dumbbells in towards your ribcage, then shoot them out long. Holding that isometric deadlift posture. In and out. Good. 2 more bent over rows. 1 more bent over row. Stay in this deadlift posture. Reverse flies. Knuckles up towards your ceiling. Up and in together. Good. Do it again. Raise the knuckles towards the ceiling, then bring them back in together. You're weaving them out like a gorilla arm. If you want to make this easier, bend your elbows a little bit more. If you want to make it a lot easier, bend your elbows more than that. 3. Out. Good. Bring them back in together. Resist gravity. The more you flatten your back like a tabletop, getting it parallel to the ground, the more gravity is going to work to your training advantage. Upright row. You raised your torso. Now you're bringing those dumbbells right up your belly, stopping at the xiphoid process. That's the bottom of the sternum. Your elbows are going straight out to the side like chicken wings, but try not to raise higher than the shoulders. Stop the elbows when they're just below shoulder height. We don't want to aggravate the upper traps. We got some work for the upper traps coming up. Right now, we're toning the shoulders. 1 more upright row, bend at the hips, deadlift posture, and bend over row. Bring the dumbbells to your rib cage and extend. You're taking your elbows straight past the rib cage, like you're toasting a piece of bread in that toaster, and they're popping up. Both pieces of bread are popping up right there. We got 4 more bent over rows. 4. In. Again, the more you tip at your hip, the flatter you get your back like the top of a table, the more you're going to feel this in your back, toning your back because you're using gravity to your training advantage. Reverse flies. Out wide with those arms, in together like a gorilla. I don't know that that's what a gorilla sounds like. Maybe so, maybe no. In. Do it again. Out wide with the arms, in. Bring the knuckles together. 4 more. Good. You know, I'm taking it slow tempo here because at 132 beats per minute, this is a fast cadence for toning. So that's why I'm taking it at halftime. Raise your torso, upright row. Bring the dumbbells up the sternum, extend the elbows down. Good. This is an exercise that's somewhat controversial among personal trainers, but that's when you're using a massive amount of weight at the gym and you're raising the elbows higher than shoulder height. We're not doing either of those things today. We're using soup cans for the love. We're not worried about damaging the shoulders here. stop with the elbows slightly lower than the shoulders. We're only lifting to the sternum with those dumbbells. Tip at the hips, bend over rows. In. This is that third and final set. Do it again. In, out, out. Elbows going right past the rib cage like we're toasting bread in a toaster and it's popping up. Good. 4 more reps like this. In, out, out. I encourage you to watch this on YouTube. It's so nice to have a visual when we're doing strength training, especially if you're new to resistance training. In, out. Now reverse flies. Knuckles towards the ceiling and back in together. 7 more. Out, in. With this, you need to be using relatively light weight. Otherwise, I worry you're trying to use momentum to flail the arms out. It's slow and controlled. 3. In. We got 2 more. You notice we are going a little overtime. Sorry, not sorry. 1 more. I'm strengthening your bones and your muscles here. Rise up, upright row. Up, center, and extend the elbows down. Upright row and lower. We're not done after this either. No. We've still got scaption and shoulder shrugs. We're still going. I told you 10 minutes of strength, but you're in for a bonus round. 3 more. Extend those elbows. 2 more here. Up, down. 1 more like this. Beautiful. Now raise the arms up into a V. Up, then lower back down towards the thighs. Now raise into a V and squeeze your back. Bring it back down. That makes it scaption by adding that squeeze at the top. When I taught at the university, I would tell students it's like you're squeezing daddy's credit card between your shoulder blades. And they got it. They understood exactly what they were supposed to be doing when I referenced daddy's credit card. Squeeze it in between the shoulders at the top. Not just lifting to a V, but in with a squeeze. Now hold it down, shrug your shoulders. Up to the ears, then drop. Elevate, depress. 6, and. Because we're using light weight here, more than strength, this is working on mobility. Get your shoulders up to the ears, then drop them down. 1 more. Now scaption. Raise them up and drop them down. If you're watching on the video on YouTube, you see me from the back side. You see how I'm squeezing the shoulder blades in together. Lift them up to a V, then squeeze. Tight, then lower. 4 more. 4 and lower. Beautiful. 3 more. It's so smart for women to do resistance training. It's one of the top trends in fitness, and it's so good. Let's not lose that trend. Let's lose fats, but not this trend. Shrug up and down towards the earlobes and push them down. Depress them as much as possible. A lot of times when we're stressed, we pull those shoulders up to the earlobes. Let's work on dropping them down. Lose the stress. Now up to your V. Scaption. Up to V. And lower. We're bringing those thumbs up to the ceiling like the fawns. Hey! Up and lower down. Up. You know when I reference the fawns? I'm dating myself in this podcast. Up and squeeze the backs of the shoulders together. Almost done with scaption. We have 2 more reps here. 2 and lower. 1 more just like this. You're doing so great. Shoulder shrugs for the finish. 8 of them. Now remember our message. What are we going to do? Reframe. Rejection is redirection. You're shrugging your shoulders like, I don't know. 2 more. You're worth more than that. Drop the dumbbells. Put them down. Now nod your head yes. Yes, you are going to start reframing rejection as redirection. It's going to take some focused energy at first because you're so used to seeing things as happening to you. They're not happening to you, they're happening for you, including rejection. I want you to tell yourself, this is happening for me. And if you don't see how it could possibly be happening for you, tell yourself, this is happening for me somehow. This is happening for me somehow. And you'll find a way, you'll find a how. It'll just show up because you opened up that perspective. You manifested it. I hope to see you back next Friday on More Than Sweat, episode 12, where we're going to talk about the importance of spending time with your best friend. And that best friend is you, boo. The importance of spending time in solitude with yourself. The only person that you're going to spend every breath of every minute the rest of your life with is is you. So you better make best friends with yourself. We're going to walk and talk about that and an endurance walk next Friday in episode 12 of More Than Sweat. If you loved this episode today, it would help tremendously to grow our audience by sharing this episode on your social media platform. You can also go to Apple Podcasts and give this show a 5-star review. You could even share this episode to all the contacts in your cell phone through a text message. They'll love it so much more than the cat memes you've been sending. I am Brooke Benton, and I can't wait to walk and talk with you next Friday in episode 12 of More Than Sweat.
I will never stop.